I'm here to talk a little bit about how to prepare ourselves getting back to school and how to put ourselves in a situation where we can learn the most we can. So going back to school, or just school in general, is an institution for learning. And oftentimes, from my perspective as a professor, I try to set up my students to learn as much as possible. However, it can't be a one-sided relationship. The student needs to be able to give back. And for you all watching, if you're going back to school, if you're starting high school, college, graduate school, whatever it may be, I'm assuming you want to learn as much as you can and grow and be as best as you can by the end of the school year. One important way that we can self-reflect and identify how do we do that, how do we get the most out of this year that I have, can be answering one really important question. And I want you to think first of what are all the moments that you might encounter. If you play sports, that can be tryouts. If you're practicing, maybe relationships with people that you're close with, your schoolmates, your instructors, but also the academics, the tests, the homework, and maybe even for some of you, what it's like to live on your own for the first time. So think about what this future year is going to bring you, and I want you to answer this question. Are you more motivated to pursue success, or are you more motivated to avoid failure? And if you were answering it honestly and truthfully, that can give you so much self-reflection and awareness on what your behaviors and emotions are going to be like when these moments happen. Having that answer ready and understanding yourself at that level can help you put yourself in a better position to learn and grow. And to break it down a little bit more, those individuals who see situations in terms of avoiding failure come at it from more of a threat approach, that something is at risk, whether it's a grade, whether it's getting to be on a team, or maybe it's more emotional, like I'm losing my sense of pride, I get a sense of embarrassment. And what will happen typically is that if I feel like something is going to be taken away from me, I'm going to do what's necessary to avoid that situation. And that could be problematic because oftentimes we may just do the minimum to not have that happen. And I want you to think about maybe when you were a child and your parent told you, hey, I need you to clean your room, or I need you to do the chores, and you would just do whatever was necessary so you wouldn't get in trouble. Like you probably didn't clean the whole house, you probably didn't go above and beyond paint your room and do anything extra, which probably would have benefited you in the long term. But oftentimes when we're faced with something getting taken away from us, when we're faced with a threat, we're going to do what is necessary just so that it doesn't happen. On the other side, those individuals who see it more as an opportunity to learn and to grow are going to find what's in their control. They're going to be able to seek out opportunities. They're going to do calculated risks, meaning they're going to push themselves outside of their comfort zone, even though they know it's scary, but they know that that's where they learn the most. So to break it down a little bit more, when we see events as challenges, what's happening inside our mind is that we're seeing what we can do to be successful. So we're outlining the steps and the behavior and the effort and the amount of energy it will take to reach this success. Now, it's not guaranteed, and that's important for us all to know. However, by putting ourselves in a better position, we'll put ourselves much further compared to when we're looking at it as a threat. And when we see these situations more as a threat, oftentimes what's happening is that our confidence is low. Our belief of being successful goes down. We're less likely to take risks. We're more likely just to stay in our comfort zone, which keeps us back from growing and learning. So thinking about what is in store for you, one exercise that you can do is just list out what are all the things that you're going to encounter. As I mentioned before, it could be tryouts, it can be the tests that you can take, maybe if it's a new relationship that you might encounter, going on a date for the first time. And after you list all those things out, next to it, I want you to write whether you see it as a threat, that something is at stake, something that you might lose, or you see it as a challenge, an opportunity for you to learn and for you to grow. And if you have those moments that you see it as a threat, which is normal, part of what I want you to do is think about how can I start seeing this more as a learning opportunity rather than something that might be taken away from me. And it's just one small exercise. There's probably a lot more to do from that, but at least what it does is give you a sense of what to anticipate and start changing your mind so that you can put yourself in a better position to learn and grow throughout this entire school year.